Hello everyone and welcome. This is Elise with the Oily Spot community. Let me go ahead and get this started. I'm so excited to be teaching again tonight. Hopefully this is a class that you guys are going to get a lot of great tidbits from. Let's switch this real quick so you can see the actual slideshow. Ta-da! Yay! Okay. If you hear any extra breathing tonight, I know that sounds funny, but Aubrey is needing some extra mommy snuggles, so she's going to help me teach tonight. But tonight, I just want to come down with you guys, down to the basics of what essential oils are and how we can use them so they can best help to utilize, our everyday concerns and just become a part of our everyday life. So, FDA stuff. I am not here to treat, diagnose, cure anybody. I'm just sharing some information that I have learned from my mentors and from very well-documented research that I've learned, or read, excuse me. So I hope that you find this information very enlightening tonight. But please do not take anything here as medical advice and completely ignore what your doctor's saying. So we just want to use a little bit of common sense and we'll be good tonight. So understanding essential oils. I don't know about you guys, but when I heard essential oils, I was like, excuse me, what? What are essential oils? Well, we're going to find out what they are. So what are essential oils? They are actually the lifeblood of the plant. Essential oils are volatile liquids and aromatic compounds that are distilled or pressed from plants. Essential oils have been used for thousands of years for cosmetic purposes, as well as for their spiritually and emotionally uplifting properties. And those are some of my favorite ones. I can totally geek out on you guys with this stuff and take you through the actual molecular structure of each chemical constituent of each essential oil. But for now, and to spare you guys, I'll just get down to this, basics. Essential oils are tiny. Like really, 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 really tiny. The essential oils are tiny enough, some of them, to cross the blood-brain barrier. And this means they can function in teeny tiny places like our cells. They can go right through the skin or the nose, into capillaries, into your body to do their thing. That's part of what makes them so powerful. They don't have anything in their way to get to work. So I just absolutely love that. Sorry, I was trying not to geek out on you guys, but I wanted you guys to get at least a glimpse of how powerful they are tonight. So a great example is lavender. Lavender's got some amazing chemical constituents. It's actually, for a single oil, has one of the most chemical constituents of any oil. So this is what we call our Swiss Army knife. When in doubt, we put lavender on it just because it's so versatile. It's called an adaptogen because it adapts to what your body needs. I absolutely love lavender, and it's one of the oils, essential oils in the world, one of the most synthetically produced oils. And why is that important? Why does it matter, the purity of our oils or where our oils come from? It makes a big difference because what we were just talking about, Aubrey's yawning, because what we were just talking about, essential oils are so tiny that they go straight into the cell, yes ma'am, straight into the cell to deliver oxygen and nutrients into our cells. And they push toxins out. So we want to make sure that that is a pure oil and that's not an oil that's been adulterated with chemicals to make it smell pure, because we don't want to be pulling toxins or chemicals into our cells, right? They only have to have like 12 specific markers, I think, for a chemical to smell like something that's familiar to us. So there's a lot of ways that people just want to make money, to be frank. Like they're not in it for the health like Young Living is for us. They're just in it to make money because they know that they'll sell. It was very enlightening this past couple of weeks when we went to the Live to Thrive 2016 that was hosted by our amazing uplines, Laura and Jonathan Hopkins, because we got to listen to Dr. Carson, excuse me. He is the head of research and development for Young Living. I believe I said his name right. And they were talking about, it was just machine after machine after machine, what they use to make sure even the oils, every single oil that they're going to put into our bottles They make sure that it is the purest of pure oil and it's what it says it is. I mean, they are like burning these oils down to where they are at their very basic hydrogen molecules to make sure they're genuine and they're pure, because you can see that the genuine, authentic essential oils, that's like 1% of the whole essential oil industry. And then they have the 22% natural but adulterated. Well, it's not about the smell. It's about what it can do in our cells. And if, again, if there is some essential oil, but it's paired with chemicals or, things that help them go farther, extenders and all those things, like the bad ones, we don't want that in our cells, right? And then synthetic oil. There you go. 77% of the essential oil industry is synthetic. And that's why it is so important. And what I have decided in my family to use is Young Living because of our seed to seal guarantee. It is not a slogan. It is our calling, is what they say in Young Living. And it's so cool. And I cannot wait to go again up to Utah in this summer and visit one of our amazing farms, because seeing the seed to seal process, I mean, there's just nothing else. And you don't even have to be a Young Living member, because they say, we don't have anything to hide. Come on, come check it out. I mean, it's just so amazing, the heart and soul of this company, because, Gary was able to experience pure essential oils back in the day, but they were really hard to get, right? So he wanted to be able to bring essential oils into every home in the world, because he knew if we could get a hold of pure essential oils, that our lives would be changed forever, and that he could change generations of lives. I mean, we are living dramatically different than we did before, and it didn't happen overnight, but slowly but surely, we have just completely transitioned our lifestyle to something that is much healthier, much more holistic, and much more natural, and we are definitely better because of it. To learn more about Young Living Seed to Seal in depth, you can definitely come to an intro class that we are teaching at a house near you, or you can visit seed2seal.com. Just like on that purple logo, you want to actually type out the word "to." So essential oil distillation. How are we getting our essential oils, right? Well, Young Living is recognized as an innovator in essential oil distillation. They use gentle, proprietary techniques for steam distracting the most effective essential oils, as well as cold pressing and resin tapping methods for essential oils. So steam distillation is the most common, but I love that Young Living has taken the time to study each plant individually and to know that cypress, is supposed to distill for an exact period of time. If it goes 2 hours too short or 2 hours too long, you get dramatic differences in the 280 chemical constituents that we want in that essential oil to be able to help, our cells the way that we want them to, right? And then cold pressing. This is how we get our citrus essential oils. I absolutely love this because there are so many benefits to the limonene constituent that are in our citrus essential oils. And then resin tapping. Oh my goodness, where would we be without frankincense? I love frankincense. So it's amazing that Gary has really personally gone and studied the ultimate distillers, the ultimate mentors that he could find, in the best techniques to then go and then bring that to us with Young Living. So what is a carrier oil? We're talking about all these things with essential oils, but when you first get started, and especially with some of our warmer oils, we want to make sure that we always have a carrier on hand, right? So what is a carrier oil? It is actually very different than an essential oil. Carrier oils are non-essential oils. They're used for dilution. Carrier oils examples: coconut oil, sweet almond oil, grapeseed, jojoba, olive. Coconut oil is solid below 78 degrees, and it's a great option for making creams and things. But personally, we love the V6 that Young Living sells. It's a blend of 6, vegetable oils, or I really like avocado seed oil. I multi-purpose it. I use it for cooking. I use it for diluting. It's an oil that's just going to help to extend the time frame that it takes for that essential oil to absorb absorb through your skin, and we're talking about with topical applications. You don't really need a carrier oil if you're going to be putting it in a diffuser. Please don't do that. Just put the straight essential oil in a diffuser. But for topical applications, you definitely want to have a carrier oil on hand because you want to do a little spot test as with anything. And you want to spot test on an area that you don't have a lot of cosmetics on, or a place where you don't normally put your perfume, because essential oils are going to help to drive oxygen into our cells and pull some toxins out. So we definitely don't want to have any itching or anything like that. Again, the carrier oils are great to have on hand, especially for the little bitty ones. And what I love is empowering you guys with awesome resources so that you can learn about each essential oil that you're going to use and the best way to use it. So we love using essential oils topically all day, every day. Aubrey is like a little human diffuser right now because she's got several oils on topically, and that's why she's yawning. Ha ha ha. So how do we use them topically? You can apply oils directly on the desired area using 1 to 3 drops of oil. More is not always better. You know, I thought that in the beginning. Well, if one drop of oil is great, then 3 must be awesome. No, you're just using more oils than you need to use. Usually, you know, the 1 to 3 is definitely all that you need. You want to follow the dilution ratios on the bottle, and then also use our reference materials that your mentor has shown you, because that will really help you when starting off. Suggested areas, the feet. We love to use oils on our feet, and I love using oils on our feet because you don't have to worry about diluting them. I love that. Behind the ears, on the wrist, let's see, the base of the skull, and we can really use VitaFlex technology. And what that is, it's like reflexology. It's the same thing that, you know, massage therapists use. It's just like a pathway to specific points in the body. And then you can also layer oils by applying them one on top of another and then topping it with a carrier oil if required, right? So we use a technique that's called raindrop. It's a series of 9 oils. We use a carrier oil, and afterwards, excuse me, because that last oil is peppermint. And we love peppermint because it's got that cooling sensation. But if it's too cooling, it can create some discomfort. So we use a carrier oil just to slow that rate of absorption just a little bit. It's not altering the essential oil itself. It's just slowing the rate of absorption down just a little bit. So those are some of the ways that we love to use oils topically. Let's see, and it's amazing because the essential oils, again, the individual molecules are absorbed through the skin, they're absorbed through the lungs, they're absorbed all over, but we love topical because it's a lot easier, let's be honest, you know. 1 drop of essential oil placed on your body can reach every cell within 20 minutes. I've read in the Chemistry of Essential Oil book, I was just like, that's awesome. So don't worry if you're not getting it in the right spot, just put it on your body somewhere. Thank you. And it will go where it's needed. So aromatically, I already talked about that a little bit with Aubrey being my human diffuser. But we love essential oils and how they work, especially aromatically, because when you smell an essential oil and you breathe it in, the receptor cells in the olfactory organ, which is your nose, they receive the aroma and send signals to the limbic system of the brain, which is the center of memory and emotion. And it's also connected to the area of the brain that controls blood pressure, heart rate, breathing, hormone balance, and much more. You should really look into the limbic system of the brain and everything that it can control, or does control, not can, does control. It's a pretty amazing part of our bodies. It just blows me away. Like, wow, I can really do all those things. We don't even realize it because we're just living our life, right? But if we know that, we can utilize it as a tool. And you can use your diffuser. This is the Young Living home diffuser. We have several different types of diffusers, just depending on your family's need. We can diffuse with an ultrasonic diffuser. You place the drops, or you can place a couple of drops in your hand and cup your hands and breathe that in. Or you can just rub it on your palms in a clockwise circular motion. Careful, thank you. And put it, and then just breathe it in that way. You can smell it directly from the bottle, but essential oils from Young Living are very, very the purest. Shh, please. They are the purest, so you don't want to be taking big, huge whiffs from the bottle because they're going to be strong, right? And then you can place it on cotton balls near air vents, at home, or in your car. And I loved this before I got the Young Living Orb Diffuser. For in my car, I would just get the organic cotton balls that hadn't been processed, you know, that were minimally processed so there weren't any chemicals on them. And I would put a couple drops of Peace and Calming, put it in my vents right above each girl's head, and it just made for an amazing car ride. I wonder why. So I love that little trick. So I want to show you guys, I know I'm trying not to be too sciencey, but I want to show you guys the limbic system, and this is what I mean. So, you know, you breathe, you see the little wavy arrows, you're breathing essential oils into your nose, it's going up through your nose, and then there's the highlighted square or rectangle, excuse me, that black box. That's your olfactory bulb, and that's where your limbic system is, and that is what is controlling your emotions along with several other things, and that's why breathing in essential oils aromatically have such a dramatic effect, especially, you know, we love Peace and Calming, we love Tranquil, we love Stress Away, all those wonderful ones, right? Hey. So how else can we use our oils? Well, because of the purity of Young Living oils, what's fantastic is that we can take them internally. I love this because I am addicted to citrus oils in my water. If an oil's label indicates it can be used as a dietary supplement, you can add the oil to a glass of water, and we want to make sure that we use glass or high quality stainless steel, or a vegetable capsule or gelatin capsule. Or even when cooking. I actually just used oregano, thyme, and basil tonight. Yes, Aubrey sees the picture and she's getting excited. I actually used those 3 essential oils tonight in my cooking. So if you're going to use an essential oil, I recommend using a toothpick and dipping a toothpick into the ball of essential oils and then like stirring it around in your sauce. You do not want a full drop of anything probably, unless you are cooking for like an army, because it is so strong. Yes, baby. And then also, if you're going to be using them for cooking, you want to make sure that you've done the majority of your cooking, and then it's just going to be like on a very light simmer, and then you can add your essential oils, because heat damages essential oils, and we want to make sure that we still have all of those amazing properties in our oils. But I love it. So what I like to do is, if I'm going to drink a little bit of essential oil in my water, like tangerine or lime or lemon or grapefruit, or mix them all together if I'm feeling extra festive, I will put a little bit of oils in the bottom of my cup, and then I'll fill it full of water. And that really helps to just infuse the oils all throughout the water instead of having just one drop sitting on top of the water. Let's see. And I want you guys to be your own health detective tonight and look up limonene. It's LIMONENE. It's one of nature's most powerful constituents for cellular health, and it is very, very prominent in our Young Living essential oils, the citrus ones. So this is what this is about, right? We want to be healthier and get towards having a chemical-free home. And what better way to do that than to replace the toxins and the harmful chemicals in our lives with very powerful, pure essential oils, because it's just, I mean, living. Yes, baby. Aubrey is very excited because she sees her soap on the screen and her toothpaste. But this is the way that we live now, and it's awesome. And it didn't happen overnight, but it's amazing because we have a variety with Young Living. It's like our online health food store, really. We have our personal care products. We have, yes, baby, we have our cleaning products. We have some dietary things that we buy, some food things that we buy, and they all have essential oils infused in them because of the amazing health benefits that they have in them. So I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around with me tonight, even with Aubrey whispering in the background and the kitty cat meowing. I just wanted to give you guys a basic of what essential oils are and why it is so important and how you can start to use the essential oils in your life. So I hope that you have been blessed by this class. If you ever have any questions, you can definitely contact me personally, or your mentor that got you into Young Living, or got you started on your oil journey. And as always, definitely utilize our Facebook group because I'm very easily accessible that way. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.